feel first and foremost our fans deserve an apology. That was not a performance worthy of their commitment and support and what we've asked of them to come out and cheer for. So my apologies to our fans for what they had to watch tonight, because that was not very good basketball by us. And obviously it starts with me. As a head coach, I'm responsible for how we perform, our ability to execute, and we didn't do the things necessary to win tonight. Obviously, a lot of that is because of what Abilene did. They had a good game plan. They executed. They played with tremendous energy. Obviously, when you get in games like this and you're that team, because I've been on that side, you get there late and you want to close it out. So they were able to do that. But for us, I mean, some of the lines on the stat sheet are pretty indicative of why you can't go 8 for 20 from the free throw line at home. You can't miss the majority of your 3-point shots. You shouldn't be tied on the glass in a game like this. So we didn't play well enough, and it's on me to make sure that gets corrected immediately. And my commitment to our fans is that it will. I'm going to continue to push these guys, make them better, and put ourselves in a better position to play better going forward, because I respect Abilene and their program. It's not the hardest game on our schedule. I'll leave it at that.
Third year mid-major loss early in the season. Is there a through line? It's off, I don't know if off the course guard or not free throws or something like that. Is there a through line that kind of connects these type of performances you guys have?
I tried not to, in fairness to the guys on each team, make that comparison. They're all different teams that we played. They're all different teams that we had. So it's probably not fair to the kids on this team to say that something from last year or 2 years ago had anything to do with tonight. Also diminishes what Abilene did as well, right? We just didn't play well enough today to get the job done. Almost from the outset, we have a turnover on our very first possession, and then we give up a layup to a guy who really is a layup shooter on our first defensive possession. I thought that over the course of the first half, the more we didn't make shots that were open, the more concerned we got about offensive production. And this team, as we've talked about, is a pretty offensive-minded group that kind of live with their offense, and that kind of inspires them. And we played better defense later when we were making shots, which can't be the case. Just can't be, because you're not going to always make them. And I don't know, like I said, if we're not in the last couple of years defensively, but we still have to have the mindset that if shots aren't going, we got to find a way to get enough stops to give ourselves a chance. So I don't want to necessarily make the comparison. I think it's fair to ask, but it also fair to give the other teams who are all different credit for having a kind of pretty much different game plans too. I mean, obviously a couple of years ago, Oklahoma came in here and played zone the whole time. Now, all 3 games, common denominator, we didn't shoot the ball well. We didn't shoot free throws well. So I would say maybe a common thread there. But other than that, it's probably not quite as easy as, saying there's something in the air this time of year for us.
What do you think kind of led to the free throw struggles tonight?
Free throws are a difficult thing for a coach to kind of assess, in the sense that we practice them every day. I mean, if I could show you the numbers that we shoot, every day, we had them all make 10 in a row before they left the building last night. They all did it. I mean, we shot like 85% overall as a team. Days when we make them make 500 in a day. I mean, there's a psychological element of it for sure. It's always been the case with free throw shooting at every level. But it's something that definitely needs to be addressed. And part of it is you got to get you a better free throw shooter shooting free throws. John Michael's a good free throw shooter. He didn't take one. I think Hicks shot one. He didn't. So it's probably a product of it as well.
We talked about Bryce's free throw shooting in the past. He's a good shooter, evident by all the points that he scores. But what do you think's going
I don't know. It's a really, really hard one for me to figure because he's also, I think, by his own, probably he loves mid-range jump shots. Essentially, it's an uncontested mid-range jump shot, and he made a few difficult challenge mid-range jump shots while missing the uncontested mid-range shot. So again, I think with him for sure, it's got to be something psychological. His confidence there, maybe feels a little bit more weight on it. Maybe we need to correct something technically, maybe with his feet or his hand placement. But we're gonna watch the film as much as we can and try to figure it out with him.
The last couple of minutes of that game was kind of insane. How do you feel like your team navigated through the inbounding? And
not great, not great. When we had several chances there, we bobbled several balls, fell down a couple times, missed a couple layups, even. So we didn't capitalize, and again, I think the weight of being down in that moment and having to make those plays and having those bounces have to go your way, kind of got to us, which is why you don't want to put yourself in that position. But we did tonight, and we obviously find ourselves on the wrong end of it.
How much did you feel the absence of Small and Jamiron and guys like that?
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely some moments that you feel like there was some relapse to what we saw last year with the struggles at that position, playing a clean game and getting the offense set up. We got sped up a few times. Like we don't really run an offense where we shoot the ball without passing. We did that probably 5 or 6 times today, and part of it was their pressure took us out of our ability to just hold the line and make sure somebody got open to make the first pass. But you got to be good enough, man. We got a couple of veteran guards out there that got to be able to get the job done. I mean, I don't know when he's going to be back. I hope he's back soon. He certainly can make a difference. And if we're looking at Keller, I mean, who's obviously right now, if he's healthy, our backup point guard, and he hasn't been out there yet either. So we don't know for sure how he's going to handle it. We think he's going to be fine, but tonight, at the end of the day, we just didn't do it well enough, and I'm not going to let Javon not being able to play today be enough of a reason for us to not be able to get the job done.
Is some of the struggles due inexperience? I mean, you've got so many freshmen out there
I mean,
playing the first game.
That's part of it. But again, I point to our vets were out there a lot. I mean, Q played 38 minutes. Bryce played 26 minutes. John Michael 22. I mean, our only young guy that really played. Well, I guess Connor, because he got going there, and Eric both played, but I think our vets need to play better. I'll just leave that. And I've got to help them better. I've got to coach them better. I've got to put them in better positions. But again, we can't make the excuse that we're young because that's not changing tomorrow. Those guys have to be ready to help us. That's why we're pushing them like we are in practice. We knew that coming in, and so we're not going to sit up here and let it be an excuse for us not playing better. We got to play better. It's really that simple.
Mike, are there any areas that 2 weeks ago you would have been confident in, but after tonight you say, hey, this is an issue we need to clean up?
I think I've been pretty honest the whole time. I mean, I think this team's a better shooting team. It didn't show up tonight. I still believe we have good shooters. The areas that I've been concerned about was defensively. We gave them some easy baskets at crucial times. And we can't be tied rebounding in a game like this. So those are areas we've got to continue to address.
What were the issues rebounding?
Just think our physical, we got to be more physical. We got to be a more physically imposing team. We got to embrace the physicality of the game. Rebound is also a little bit of feel. Probably most natural rebounders, Brandon. He didn't grab one today. And I don't know. I'm not criticizing him. I didn't watch the film. I don't know why he didn't get him. But there's a lot to go into it. Some of it's physical. Some of it's just feel and understanding where the ball bounces. But there's a lot of it that's just will. Like you want to get the ball when it goes up there. Q has that knack. He chases them down. He gets his hand on them. He got 10 today. Again, I didn't even look at that before. But just knowing how he plays, so we got to get more guys understanding that.
With as new as this team is, you have 3 returners. Are you at all worried about how this team responds to a loss like this?
I'm always concerned about how teams respond to losses, particularly in an environment that we live in today where everything is really extreme. And this was not a good loss, not at all. Not trying to get my first apologies to our fans who came out to watch us play that poorly tonight. But we're not going to fold up our bags and not play the rest of the season. We're going to come back tomorrow and practice, and we're going to practice hard. And they're going to watch the film, and they're going to learn from these mistakes. And the hope is that we continue to get better. That this is an opportunity for us to grow, maybe expedite that growth, because they understand now the capacity, the weight of every game, and how making small errors early can build on itself and put you in a tough spot to win.
What was the explanation on the Hicklin running the ref and tripping?
I don't know. I mean, I was trying to call a timeout, and so I missed that part of it because I was really focused on the guy in front of me. And he said he didn't hear it, and so that was mostly what I was arguing. I didn't really see the play in all honesty of what happened on the sideline over there. I saw it was looking unorthodox. The play kind of looked like it was getting in a crazy area, which is why I was trying to call a timeout to at least secure possession.
You ever seen a player trip over a ref like that for a turnover?
I don't know. I'm sure I have. I've been around the game a long time. I don't remember one being in that critical of a moment. I can't remember what the exact situation was, but we had some momentum. We had just gotten to stop and had a chance to maybe get a good shot, and we wound up with a turnover. So tough turnover events for sure.
Any other questions? You mentioned Connor giving you guys a spark. Kind of what did you like about his game today? And do you expect more of that, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, again, he's one of the guys that early on he'll show that he's probably more capable than many people gave him credit for as part of this class, maybe the least heralded guy. But his ability to shoot the basketball, and again, evident. I mean, he made 3 of our 5 threes. He's going to find his way on the court. He plays with great confidence. He's got to get better defensively. We know that, and we got to continue to work with him on that area. But again, Coach Thomas is out for 4 years, and he was never able to guard, and it was hard to take him off the floor. So Connor's definitely getting a lot better.
When you mentioned your vets have to play better, does that help give you an example of, hey, if you don't start to play better, these freshmen are?
I mean, I thought our freshmen actually, for the most part, were a big part of the reason we got going. I thought Justin and Eric gave us some great energy. They made some errors too as well while they were in there, but I thought that they gave us a really good boost. They played with the right kind of, and again, part of it is just ignorance, right? They don't know. They're just out there playing, which sometimes can be not good. Eric can't dribble the ball off his foot on a one-on-one fast break. When we do have momentum, Justin can't run through a pass when we need to stop and give him a shot. Just little things that happen for young people. But yeah, I mean, I think our vets need to understand that the young guys want opportunities too, and they're going to keep working. And if the vets aren't ready, then the young guys may have more opportunities.
You mentioned outside of Connor, the team really struggled to shoot from deep. Why do you think that is, and how do you plan to correct that issue?
Shot selection. I think a lot of it is just taking the right shots and getting the right guys in the right positions to shoot them. And I thought we started the game after the first possession moving the ball pretty well. We got a couple cutting layups. We got Mike inside a couple times. I thought that would open it up and loosen it up, but they ratcheted up their pressure on the perimeter, and we stopped moving the ball as much. So we need to watch it. I call it taking our medicine. Wake up tomorrow, we won't feel good. We're not dead, but we got to get better. We're unwell. We got to play better. We got to practice better. We got to see the film and learn from it.
All right, guys, thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.